Hazy Radio Network. The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Hazy Radio Network, its affiliates, or sponsors. All shows are independently owned and broadcast for entertainment purposes only.
Hazy Radio Network proudly presents the show that brings all points of view together. There's the view from the left, the view from the right, the view from the middle, and then there's the broader view. Your take on any topic of discussion is welcome. Now, here are your hosts, Belle Salisbury and the lady who puts the Z in talk radio, Hazy.
Good evening, everybody. This is The Broader View, and I am your host, Hazy. With me is my new special co-host, the wonderful, the incredible Miss Belle Salisbury. Belle, welcome to The Broader View.
Thank you. Thank you. And I do feel so special. Every time I'm around you, you make me feel special.
Well, everybody's supposed to be special when they're around me. Okay, that's a little
written.
ego talking.
It's written.
It's written. I think I have the bylaws somewhere, and it's written in, I don't know, appendix A, B, C, D, and below, somewhere in there. Subscripts somewhere. So how are you?
I'm good.
How was your week?
This has been kind of a quiet week coming up. We got the January issue of Belle Esprit magazine launched and all the articles posted on the website. So it affords me a few days of nothingness.
What is that like for you? You don't even know what nothingness is.
No, I zone. It's kind of like, okay, I'm bored.
Do you even know what boredom is? You really don't, do you?
I stay pretty busy with my doing my readings and grandchildren.
You do. And now when do you start working on the next magazine?
About the 15th of every month is when I start working on the next issue, and it usually takes about 2 weeks to do the layout and get it set up and posted.
So it really never does. I mean, you really don't get a lot of time because, I mean, it's once you get it published, then like you said, then it's loading everything on the web pages. Then it's all the follow-up and it's all the background stuff and it's getting the next one lined up. So you really don't have time off, do you?
No, not really, because we do a lot of the marketing and sharing it everywhere. But, we're so very blessed that this magazine has a following of between 10 and 15,000 a month.
I think that's just incredible.
Mm-hmm. Not bad for a year-old magazine.
It's what?
Not bad for a 1-year-old magazine.
No, yeah, congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Do you remember what the readership was in your first release?
I was terribly excited on our first release when we had, I think it was close to 3,000 hits.
So look how much you've grown.
First month. Yeah.
Congratulations. Now, how many, here I am interviewing you, how many contributing columnists do you have?
58 contributing.
Isn't that nuts?
It's amazing. And so many of these columnists came to me and asked to be a part of this magazine. There's a few that I approached, but it was just amazing. As soon as I had created the fan page, I hadn't even announced it. I just created the page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And the next morning, I came in and was going to continue adding information, and I was like, holy cow, I've got 75 likes, and I hadn't even put it out there.
Started yet.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic? Now, along with the columnist, you also have the Diamond Psychics. What is a Diamond Psychic?
Diamond Psychic and Healers. These are the people that we consider the best in their field. And it's basically a listing service for psychics who would like to be listed as a Bel Esprit Diamond. And many of them are tested. Some of them, I have to admit, I did not test because I know them personally and I know what their capabilities are. You know, I've seen what they do. So I've not felt a need to test them. But if I don't know them, then they are tested because if we're going to refer them, we want to make sure they're a diamond.
Yeah. What does the test consist of?
They have to go through 2 test readings. In other words, I pick my friends at random and say, hey, how'd you like to have a free reading? And they, of course, most of them were like, cool. You know, and we hook them up with a different psychic or healer, depending on what I feel would be best as a tester for them.
Yeah.
And they get an opportunity to grade that individual, and then they give me the feedback and say, you know, this person was phenomenal or this person stunk. And I have turned away some skunks, let me tell you. I've told some no thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, there are a lot of people out there who claim to be and are not. You know, and those are the things, and your name is on it, so you have to be careful with that too.
Yeah, exactly. They're representing me. You know, they're representing the magazine, and you know, and we have a good reputation, and that's something that I want to uphold.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm certainly not interested in a psychic who baits. In other words, they give them just enough information to get them wanting to get a paid reading or to get a larger reading. You know, I'm not interested in those kind of people. If you know, if you're doing a test, do it as if you had received the money for it.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
It's going to benefit you in the long run.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've had readings from some of your psychics on there. In fact, I was one of the testers. And,
That's right.
you know, you do hold them as high regard, and you do make them accountable. So I think that's very good. Very good.
Absolutely. And you know, we're not a listing that's trying to be competitive. We just wanted to provide a place for our magazine readers to look to obtain a recommended psychic, because there's so many out there. You can shake a bush and get a psychic or a healer dropping out, you know, but how do you know they're good? And so if we're listing them on our Bel Esprit Diamond Psychic and Healer listing, then you know they're good.
Right.
They got the Bell seal of approval.
Absolutely. And not just your approval, but many others.
Yes.
Because they have to kind of come with a reputation, don't they?
They do, you know, and it's helpful if they have a professional presence, you know, a website, you know, a little bit of experience behind them. However, I will not turn away someone who is new in this field simply because they don't have longevity. If you're good, and I'm going to give you a chance.
Right, right. And you've set some of your Diamond Psychics into a pretty decent following.
Yes.
So your referrals actually do work.
They certainly do. And I think what's helpful is that in the magazine we have our diamonds have a column of their own called Diamond Wisdom. And this is an opportunity for our readers to